What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy BT, and today we're gonna go over strut assembly. If you have a vehicle and you need to change those struts out, we're gonna go over the various parts and components that you need in order to get this done. All right, so for this particular vehicle, we've got the front shocks on this side, we've got the rear on this side. So as you're purchasing, you wanna make sure that you get all of the right parts that you need. So right here, this particular one is the front right. So when you get your front right shock, you're gonna wanna make sure that you also get the insulator that goes on top. That is this particular part right here. So apart from just getting that strut, you're gonna wanna make sure that you get all of the components to put everything together. So we got here our insulator. This goes right here and it just slides right into place like that. And that sets in place to kind of serve as a nice little absorption for that spring to sit on there. Next, this part number here. This one is for the front. We're good to go there. And then the last piece that's needed for the assembly is the top mount. So in the package, you'll get your mount, and then you'll also get all of the screws that go on top of the mount. So in this particular application, we are using some H&R springs. So the way that this will go, you've got your strut, you've got your dust cover, you've got your insulator, everything's in place. What you would do, you slide this on and you rest it right there so it sits right where it needs to be. You can see that right there. And in this particular instance, this spring is gonna need to be compressed in order to actually get the entire thing together. But also, the other thing that has to be done is for this mount. So this mount here, it actually comes with the insulator already inside. The next step is to take the components that come inside and actually put this assembly together. So the way that you do that, you take this piece here, you slide it in the bottom. Actually, to make it simpler, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this little tube here, slide that in first. Now that that's there, we're gonna slide this in here. We're gonna turn that over, and then we're gonna put this in place right there. Get it nice and snug. So now that that's in place, all we'll need to do is then get our washers, and then we have our top bolt here. So next up, we would take that washer. I'm gonna take the bigger one here. It's gonna slide on top here. Then once this spring is compressed, we'll put the top on. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna jump over to the rear. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna open up this rear here. All right, so first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna put the insulator on the bottom, okay? So here's our insulator. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna slide that on first. Get that set in place. Okay. Then next, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna grab our mount. All right, so again, same thing here. We're gonna get these parts here. Slide this in. Put that in from the top or the bottom, whichever you choose. We'll get this together in place, nice and snug. Okay, now next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our spring, then we're gonna set that in place. As you can see, there is a lot of clearance here in order for me to clear that in order to get the mount on. Okay, so that you can kind of see it a little better. So you can see we've got the insulator on, we put the spring on top, take this piece out, and insert it into the top here like so. Okay, now that that's in place, then what we do is we're gonna put it on top. Slide that down, it's ready to go. Okay, then we're gonna take our big washer and put that on top. We're gonna get the mount, slide that over. If I push just a little on here, I actually have enough clearance to set this in place. So I'm gonna put my top washer on, push down a little bit on this, and just get this secured. All right, so there we have it. The fully assembled rear suspension. So this allows you to put together your own custom setup. So I've got KYB XLG gas shock absorbers. Got all the parts needed. Again, the insulator on the bottom, the dust cover, the insulator on the bottom, the dust cover, whatever springs you want. These springs will give me a lower drop than the stock setup. So that's why I'm able to kind of get this on without having to compress this spring. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and tighten this down. This is just, you know, for the purpose of demonstrating all the components needed so that you can kind of see what's involved here. So that's the setup of the rear. Okay, so since the front suspension will need to be compressed, what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab our spring compressor. We're gonna go ahead and get this set up so that we can compress the spring and get it set in place. So we can grab our mount, put it on top, get our washer secured, and then attach that bolt. So that's the process of getting the springs compressed and set in place onto the strut, attaching the mount. We're gonna secure this bolt, we're gonna get this one compressed, and then we'll wrap things up. All right, so to tighten this, we're gonna put our 14 on top here. We're gonna grab this piece here so it doesn't move, and we're gonna tighten that down. All right, now that that's in place, we can release the spring compressors. All right, so we got these H&R springs installed, and here's the end result. All right, so as you can see, we got this whole suspension set up here. Everything was pretty straightforward. Apart from getting the necessary tools to compress the springs depending on the spring rate that you have, it's fairly easy to put together your own custom setup. Now it's nice that you can do this if you don't want to use a coilover setup and you just want a straight drop, whatever drop you're looking for. This is definitely the path to go. You can again put together a combination of strut and spring of your choosing. But that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned something. You see how simple it is to put together these suspensions here. As long as you have all the right parts. If you're missing a part, you're definitely gonna have to get that part before you can complete your installation. Make sure you don't forget your insulators for your setups. It's your boy BT. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. That's a wrap. We out. All right, shut it down.